the best thing that dudes did politically, though, was convincing activist chicks, if you really care about the cause, you should pull your tits out of the rally. Good work, fellas. We're like, pull the tits out. And they're like, we don't want to. We're like, someone doesn't care about Palestine. As much as she claims to on the internet. Remember they used to have Girls Gone Wild? I feel like new Girls Gone Wild as they go to college campuses and they're like, ladies, pull your tits out. They're like, we don't want to. They go, they're fracking over there. They go, what the hell? Ladies, they're getting rid of maternity leave in Arkansas. They go, not if we can help it. Did I solve it? Yeah, it's solved. I feel like vegans are the most hated activist group. Vegans get so much shit. People will be like, fuck you, you're like the pedophile. They're like, behind him, there's a vegan. They're not well liked. And some of their stuff isn't even that crazy. They're like, we shouldn't boil lobsters alive. And we're like, we're boiling them. You're like, why? It tastes 1% better. I have a friend who's a chef, and he goes, well, the lobster can't really feel it. You look at the pan, the lobster's like, ah! That one can feel it a little bit. My favorite is just like the no accountability activism though. Like, so I don't know if you guys know the girls from Playboy, they have like this podcast where they drop these truth bombs and they'll be like, you guys might not realize this, but Hugh Hefner was a misogynist. And you're like, what the? You're like, how long did you work there? 35 years. I guess a little bit girls can kind of talk shit about dudes on the internet and get us in trouble, but maybe that's payback for we used to get to call girls witches, just have you burned at the stake, you know? The good old... No, I'm just joking. And by the way, that would be the worst time to be a girl, because girls love witch stuff, right? Crystals, astrology, potions, candles, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Twilight, brooms. It's like all of your favorite things. They love it. Like, what's your astrology sign? You'd be dead for knowing that back in the day. Back in the day, a girl would be on a date like, oh, I should tell you the moon's actually in retrograde. And we'd be like, oh, crazy, you should actually tell the judge bitch because your burning starts at dusk. A terrible time to be a witch. Crystals are my favorite. There was a girl on tour, she was selling crystals, and she goes, these are finance crystals, they make you rich. And we're like, crazy, well, you actually have a whole bucket of them, and your job is right now selling rocks. So, are you kind of just not using them, sort of thing? It's like a homeless guy under a bridge, like, this is my owning a duplex, crystals. Why don't you own one? Can't get high in your own supply, brother. That's the first rule of crystals. I don't know if you guys remember, but Tom Brady, when he won the Super Bowl, his wife Giselle at the time said one of the reasons he won is because she has these protection crystals that keep him safe. To the point where he was doing interviews being like, when I won the Super Bowl, oh, I'm so sorry, babe, when we won the Super Bowl, and I feel like girls say they believe in protection crystals, but if a guy was like, listen, I don't have a condom, but the good news is I have this protection crystal. I won't be able to walk you home, but I put a protection crystal in your purse. And you are gonna want that, because some of the neighborhood guys also do crystal. So you're going to want that. And then Tom Brady's wife, she lost all her money in crypto too, and it was like, ladies, you don't get to be into girl crystals and guy crystals, you know what I mean? That's our crystal. Every guy puts 30% of his money in crypto, loses it, and that's how we close the wage gap. You're welcome. It does solve everything. Any crypto dudes here? Anyone lose money in crypto here? We're back a little bit though, right, boys? I feel like every guy's primed to just lose money on crypto and gambling. You know, like even fairy tales girls get versus guys. Girl fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood, trust this wolf, and the moral of the story is don't trust strangers. Dude fairy tales, Jack and the Beanstalk. That is a cryptocurrency fairy tale. Jack's gonna put his money into this magic bean, but all the haters tell him not to. But Jack's not a pussy, so Jack don't listen to the FUD, and he apes the fuck in, and that beanstalk goes to the moon. What's up, you trying to be Jack, or you trying to be the bean, bitch? Like, I'm Jack, I'm not a bean.